Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to another session of Living World of Darkness, New York by Night, the Camarilla venue. Tonight, we have quite a brief scene planned, but for the first time in months, Limey has received a call from Elena to ask him to come for a chat. So Limey, both intrigued and secretly quite happy, has opted to head over to the brothel where the young gangrel is currently staying and come and find her. From what I understand, searching through the house, he's not going to have much luck finding her, so he comes to his last sort of resort and decides to go upstairs where they met last time, and crawling out through a hole in the roof, finds the young gangrel sat under the, well, light polluted New York sky. And this is where we begin our scene.
Indeed, this is where we begin our scene. And we may as well just turn the head, do the little twitch of the ears and go, "Hey, Limey."
Evening. What can I do for you then? He kind of strolls over and sits down.
She'll immediately look dejected, the ears drop a tiny bit. "I'm sorry about the other night." The cute act isn't going to work with you, is it?
No, not really.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Understandably, you're not.
I don't like having things killed because I brought them to somewhere that they're going to get killed. So I'm kind of not sorry for giving you a hard time.
Well, without meaning to sound like a megalomaniac, it's not your job to give me a hard time. It's sort of your job, in cases like that, to keep your mouth shut and do as you're told. Dig?
Ears fold down even more.
Yeah, I understand that, sure, you've been messed with by this Lorne character. Yeah, so maybe that's altered your mood somewhat over the past few months. But
Maybe I
for the
don't
record,
understand how he could have done anything.
how he could have done
Sorry.
it, well, apparently you went to follow him and he decided he didn't want that to happen, so he made you less inclined to go after him. Whatever that may mean.
Looked at me. Still so ignorant. Limey, what would be involved in officially claiming domain?
Going to the prince. Why?
Don't think that I don't appreciate living here and everything, but I would like to reclaim the gangrel turf at one point. Maybe when I'm a bit more cashed up on favors and not owing so many.
Maybe. Besides, at least I always know where you are here. That way, if you don't pick up your phone, I can always find you.
Elena looks a bit annoyed. Getting more and more annoyed. Well, maybe sometimes I don't want to be found, Limey.
Maybe sometimes you don't, but, well,
I have a job, I understand.
Crystal.
What about your other hound?
My other hound? I always know where to find Ghost.
Can't we just do alternating days then?
Well, there are certain things she can't do that you can, and there are certain things you can't do that she can.
Mm-hmm.
Frankly, I need you when I need you, Elena. And if you can't be there, well, let's just say it better not be because you want a night off.
So I suppose what you're telling me is get my priorities straight. Fair dues.
What I'm telling you is that I like you a lot, Elena, and I've let you get away with a little bit of shit up until now, but right now, what I really don't need is to look like I can't keep my men in check. Questioning in court, the attitude when you show. I know you got your stuff going on, but I can only stick out my neck so far, and well, appearances. Really?
Groovy. I never asked you to stick your neck out for me. Never once. Matter of
Well,
fact,
no,
I
you
think I even
didn't.
told you to stop that shit.
Well, you may have told me to stop that shit, but last time I checked, when and let me see how delicately he phrases this. Failure meaning not delicate at all. Oh, no? Okay, cool. You got left high and dry on your own, alright? I'm not blaming Frank for that, and I'm not saying it's anything you did, and I'm not saying you asked for it. What I am saying is that a fledgling was left to her own devices in a big bad city. It's all cowboys and Indians, I agree, mate. So, whether you didn't want anybody to sit a neck out for you or not, I did. And I didn't see you complaining about it when you fed in my club without asking me first. Hmm?
You're right. I'm sorry. Start fidgeting with their fingers again.
I'm going to roll a cheeky perception empathy. Just the two.
Just the two? Yeah, she knows she fucked up. She knows she probably should owe you a couple of boons for that, but she's just still laying on the cute. But yeah, she knows it's not working. As far as the feeding thing goes, that's a bit of a sore spot still for her because she fucked up a couple of times there. So the whole feeding in the club thing, that's the feeling that you get is like a child who's touched an oven and walks past an oven again and doesn't want to touch it. That feeling. It's like there's caution and there's knowledge there.
Okay.
Well, look, I can just not do it again. You have the right to tell me to piss off.
I do have that right. I do have that right. I'd rather you do it safely, which is why I said it's cool. However, it's a quid pro quo thing. I like you a lot, Elena, but like, I need you to back me up. Rather than giving me a hard time, rather than speaking out of turn in court, rather than questioning me. When it's just you and me, feel free to ask any questions you want. In front of other people, telling me how to do my job, not so much, kid, not so much. And if it was anybody else, I'd be really fucking angry about it.
I'm gonna roll this cheeky one on you.
And I actually just rolled my charisma subterfuge and have come up with no successes. So Yeah. When he said
Empathy
if it was
monkey.
anybody else, when he says if it was anybody else, I'll be really angry about it. What he means is I'm angry about it. I just don't want to be angry at you because I don't feel that will help anyone. That's it's he's quite frustrated. You get the feeling that he doesn't think you owe him anything particularly, so much as he thinks he's earned enough respect that you should listen to him, and that possibly you stepping out of term while he's been relatively quiet about it because he thinks you've got some stuff going on. He's been quite. It's been getting to him,
Mm-hmm.
and it's become something that sort of plays on him a fair bit.
Mm. Okay. Just roll the little self-control there. Not for friends or anything, but rather than sit back stoically, continuing to look like a sad dog that's being told off, Elena will actually just lean over and just put her arms around you and give you a cuddle and just say, "I'm really sorry, Limey. I'm really sorry, and I don't want it to go on. But I'm just really new, and now I sound like Fern, and she'll just straighten up and get up. I'm sorry."
When you hug him, he kind of freezes, and his body goes like as still as the grave.
Mm-hmm.
But a hand comes down and pats you on the back, and as he kind of his body like this tension kind of eases. No, it's fine, all right. Like this ain't the Dead Poet Society or anything. Seeing as I haven't called any boons, you don't own shit, but don't be sorry. Just let's work together in future, yeah. Instead of this weird friction thing we've had going on lately. You're one of the few people I trust in this city, Elena. Please don't make me regret trusting you.
It's been very difficult, Limey. Some things I found out about Rose, about my past, about the past of the gangrel in this city. I don't know how to understand, how to translate it. I don't understand why it really needed to happen that way. All I know is that, well, you've been in the city a while. Do you remember two gangrel called Arthas and Paragos?
Arthas and Paragos. Nah, they must have been gone far before I left. Before I turned up, rather.
Well, let me tell you, I've been in such a mood, especially at Rose. From what I understand it from multiple sources now. Whether it was through some bewitching of hers or otherwise, one of them was going to teach her a clan's discipline, something that is sacrosanct to us, the gangrel, something that we would never do. And so I wonder what the motivation was, what the trigger was, why he would betray us like that. In any case, there was a lot of friction within the gangrel. Came to the point where it came to a standoff. The two of them pretty much were, after much here and back and forth, the two of them were brought before the prince by Frank, and within a couple of hours they were executed.
Executed? For dispute?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, there
What's
was
that
more.
got?
Well, how would you feel if you found that your only family was executed by the last prince? Now I understand why Frank was so lonely, why he was so angry. And I suppose in turn I'm getting lonely and angry too.
Look, which prince are we talking about here?
Fellow called the Icebreaker, I believe.
Oh, that fucking cunt. Oh, so like he kind of.
I've gone to school. I've heard worse.
Yeah, it's not about that. It's more that he's currently working on behalf of the Camarilla. In some kind of official capacity. It's probably best that I don't go around bad mouthing him. Either way, the Icebreaker, I've met him once. You seem to be a pompous fool, in my opinion.
Regardless, his actions as the prince are the actions as the prince.
Yeah, they are the actions as the prince, but the point of having a council of primogene, etc., is that a prince is accountable to a degree for his actions, and killing two gangrel over a dispute, I can't understand why that would make you angry. But why?
It makes me angry because there's so few of us on the ground as it is.
Exactly. And I've always rather found the gangrel to be an asset to the Camarilla.
I can't speak for them, but I certainly want to be.
And you are. You gotta behave.
Yeah, gotta give me a few more sugar lumps to train this little dog. Because I can't see you holding a whip.
He kind of looks at you and sort of raises an eyebrow with like it is like the corner of his lip curls, like in what can be perceived for Limey as mirth. He kind of rolls his eyes a little. Maybe not. Never really my style though. Been to certain parts of Soho. But look, I fail to see what that's got to do with Rose. Why don't you tell me?
Well, now that I'm speaking it out, I do wonder how much it does have to do with her. But the entire dispute began because she made a deal to teach one of the gangrel about her shadows, and he in turn was going to teach her about the discipline of Protean, which is the clan discipline. And that is something that is just not done. It is not done.
Yeah, I can see why that would cause a dispute. I can see why that would make you angry at her. Thing is, though, we're meant to be the best coterie in the city. That's you, me, Victor, Rose. And right now, we're more divided than ever. We pulled guns on each other the other night. Well, not literal guns. Well, on Victor's part, literal guns, but we need to work out a way to put these disputes aside. We do. Because right now, ain't nothing getting done. And after that fuck up in Staten Island, I need all hands on deck. You dig?
Yeah, I dig. Staten. Will it ever end? Can't we just tip off that there's a terrorist organization there and get the people to handle it?
Too disorganised. All I know is that after that fuck up, I don't think I'm going to stay in Staten for long. I know where my club is. I'll guarantee you there is a 70-year-old jazz man who would be very, very upset with me if I was to get his club burned down.
I'd be very upset with you. I like that club.
Mm. Because that's my base of operations, and that's where half the kindred of this city come to meet, and they know where it is.
This then brings me further to a secondary issue. There are no further Elysia, as you yourself have pointed out. I understand Victor was the one who was supposed to be setting that up.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I can't really force him on anything. I mean, there was meant to be an Elysium set up, and, well, it looks like he's made some efforts, but really, he's lucky that this man's handing his Elysium to him on a plate.
One that's now compromised, though. Sorry, just saying it how it is.
Wait, what did she say?
I said one that's now compromised.
Yeah. Fuck, it's bad. But yeah, push comes to the shove, that place ain't going to stay safe for too long. They've got a gang and they'll hit back. Luckily, I have at least 3 gangs and I'll hit back.
Elena will actually take out her phone and, in front of you, take it off silent, and then just go, no, that's stupid, and put it on vibrate instead. Promise I won't miss any more of your calls.
Good girl. Look. There's some tough times coming. I didn't expect a Sabat pack to be this well organised, but they are. Somehow, from under our noses. I'm going to need to pull you in on a couple of things. But I'd like to meet up with you in a few nights. To change the subject to something slightly more interesting. I've got a cliff I need to jump off.
Well, I hope to hell I won't get executed for that one. But I don't think it's the same as
Nah.
talking about the beast.
No. No, I think as long as we're both complicit, we should be fine.
See, right now it'd be nice to have an elder to ask about these things. Some luxuries we
Yeah,
cannot
well, we've
have,
got...
hey? Let me just say one last time, I'm really sorry. I didn't expect myself to become this jaded with life, but I have over the last couple of weeks especially. I don't know why. It's just sort of like a vortex that sucks you in, and then there's no more light.
Yeah. What's going to happen? Took about 20, 30 years to happen to me. But it does happen. And I wasn't staying in a city quite as fractious as this. Kind of peers over the edge, looking down over Harlem.
Elena follows the gaze.
Whatever.
Follows the gaze and then just grabs a little handful of snow, makes a snowball, and flicks it off the roof.
Yeah.
I haven't had a good snowball fight in a long time. And she looks at the snow and looks at you.
Come on then. Yeah, gets up.
I'm kidding, you great big idiot.
Do I roll to
wouldn't.
cool? No, you won't roll to part of cool. Sort of look at you like disparagingly, but in nothing, nothing serious. It's just all in kind of play and good-natured fun. Kind of looks at you like,
I wouldn't want to ruin your suit.
yeah, the suit's been worn for 20 years. He lifts up the arm and folds his coat back, and there's like a tiny round hole that goes in where, yeah, yeah.
Two successes. Is it obviously a bullet hole?
From the fraying around the edges and the way it is perfectly circular, like it is not without the bounds of reason for it to look like it's not out of the bounds of reason that it looks like a bullet hole, and he is demonstrating it. So it is a bullet hole.
So I guess you're not sewing that one up because it makes you look tough.
No, I'm not sewing that one up because it would look stupid if I did it.
Fair enough. Can't see you with a big patch across the outside of your coat. Make you look more like Fagin.
Yeah. The amount of time I seem to spend running hoodlums around the city, I'm starting to feel like him. He stands up and puts his hands in his pockets. So, we cool?
Are we cool? Jinx. I think we're cool. If you think we're cool.
I say we're cool. Let's just get it together, Eleanor. What we need right now is for people to pull together rather than split apart. Yeah?
I'll try. I'll certainly try.
Oof. Do or do not. There is no try. Someone said that once. Is that? You can't remember
Yoda.
who said it. Out of character. Limey just quoted Yoda.
And Elena called it.
Oh, did she call it?
Yeah,
Oh,
she just
like
Yoda.
you just glance at her. What the fuck is a Yoda? Before clambering back across the roof, and
Yes.
he goes to climb down the hole and then pops his head up. Be good.
I'll try. I'll try to do, not try. And she'll wait about a few seconds before you're gone, before just mumbling to yourself, well, the heart wants what the heart wants, but the heart also hates what it hates. And just stares across the city, makes one more snowball, and just throws it, and sets off a car alarm, and just goes, oh shit, and goes back inside real quick.
And as a new sheet of snow begins to fall from the light-polluted sky of New York onto the streets of Harlem, and Elena heads back inside, and a yellow cab pulls up and takes Limey back home. That, ladies and gentlemen, is where we shall end our scene. Thank you to, thank you people for playing. Thank you anybody who might have watched. Good night.